I don't think I'm gonna wear these together, but it's definitely finna be like a two-piece video. What's going on, everybody? This is Zae Wae Alexander. So in this video, we are back with another, well, I'm gonna say I'm back with another upcycle video. So in this video, I'm going to be upcycling, I think two things. Well, actually four things, but it'll be two pieces after. So I bought this piece right here from it has like these broad shoulders right here. It comes like down to about my mid arm, but when I actually have it on, it's pretty long. It's supposed to be like a sweater dress from H&M. That the fabric is not as like the original one that I got, but the original one that I had bought, it got messed up. So I wanted another one, but it was sold out. And when they said that they kind of came out with another one, I bought it immediately because I thought it was going to be just like the other one, but it's not. The fabric is, it's not bad, but it's very, very light. And I'm not really a fan of how light that is. So I was like, no, this is not going to work for me. So I'm going to redo the piece. So what I want to do is you know what? I'm going to sit up there and kind of like, yeah. I'm definitely to about right here. Like if you guys can see how long that piece is. And that's why I was like, it kind of fits. It has like the little broad shoulders and everything. So what I'm thinking about doing, I'm just gonna put it right here. Cause I don't really have no space to try it on for you guys sometimes. I think I'm gonna cut it like at this point right here to kind of and make it be more like a sweater, like a nice little sweatshirt. And so I had this piece right here. Look, I already had stuff attached to it. I had this piece right here from Zara that I bought in their Zara haul. And honestly, I was a fan of it, and I was not a fan of it. One, it's a faux leather. It's very, very, very soft. And so what I wanted, and I was like, that's honestly what I did with it, because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna really work for me. I don't know how this is gonna work for me. So I may end up getting two pieces out of this. So who knows? Out of just this one thing, because once I cut this jacket here, because I think I'm just gonna take the bottom off this jacket and take the sleeves off, that's gonna leave me with just the top. So what I'm thinking is, with the bottom of this, sewing that to just the top part and just having that as like a, you know, really cool like pullover, where it's just like not doing too much. Now, ooh, baby, they got that zipper completely encased, like for real. They didn't play about that. So yeah, in it. So once again, if this seems like something you're gonna like, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification, because I have so many more videos like this. Okay, so now let's get into my design plans. Oh, there we go. There we go. I turned the light down a little bit so y'all can see this. Okay, so if you guys can see what I was talking about. Did I turn it off? Okay, it's on. Woo. As you guys can see what I was talking about with the sleeves, it kind of has like this overlapping little top stitch that they did right here in this part. I'm trying to see if you guys can see that, to kind of give this shoulder that illusion. Alright, I have to find like a better angle so I can show you guys everything. So this is how long it is right here. Please excuse, there's some people working outside. I hope y'all don't hear that. If y'all do, please excuse that. So I think you see how this comes into there where it makes this same. So I think I'm gonna cut it right here, and this is where I'm gonna start. I don't really think I have to mark anything because I already know exactly where I'm cutting. I'm just gonna make sure I cut enough of my seam allowance because I really want all of this in there. Honestly, I was so excited about this piece, and when it came in, I was so let down pertaining to the quality and how it was. You know, I wasn't so upset about how it was made, but just the quality. Like, the quality is nowhere near how the original one is. So now I'm gonna cut this one right here, but I'm gonna try to leave enough for, because I want longer sleeves. So I'm gonna try to leave enough for seam allowance. Now, I've seen a lot of people, when they be cutting sleeves, they be cutting at a like this way. Don't ever cut a sleeve that way because you're cutting a slant into your sleeve. You want to find your sleeve and find the width of it and actually cut a straight line on your sleeve. Because you don't ever want to pick up your sleeve and it has a slant in it. That means you didn't cut it right. You cut it against the grain. You don't ever want to cut anything against the grain. You want to cut everything on the grain unless you're doing a asymmetrical dress, or unless you're doing an abstract dress or something like that, or an abstract piece. But I don't know if I'm gonna use these. I may use these for something else. Alright, so this is the bottom part of it, and this is what I'm thinking about, taking this part and just attaching that to the top of this piece right here. So this is the Zara piece. So with this Zara piece, I really want all of this. I want all of this area right here. So I like that it's high long. And I'm going to keep the zipper because I feel like the zipper is just going to give it an extra of detail, and it ain't going to make it so plain. I realize I really don't like plain clothes, but I'm gonna have to figure out because okay, so that's the bottom piece of this cut off. Now I gotta go to the sleeves of this because I want these sleeves so it can be, well, you know what, I would say let me cut it on the back because I want to make sure I'm looking at what I need to look at. Alright, so that's gonna go on there. I ain't really messed up about that with them, but that zipper I'm gonna have to work with the zipper area because I don't want that zipper to get caught. We're gonna cut that like about right there on the sleeve to take that. Guys, and for the people who asked me in my sent me messages on YouTube, and I mean not YouTube, the messages on Instagram about, you know, how long have I been upcycling my clothing? Guys, I've been doing this since forever. This was the first thing I learned how to start doing with the sewing machine, was upcycling my clothing, and I went into design from that point. But I've been doing this for so long. I've been taking other pieces of different clothing, putting it together, making it into other things, so it can become another, like, something that fits my style. But one thing I definitely know that's in my style is rocker. I love chains. I love everything about that rock look. I don't know why, I just love it. But going back, now this, I was thinking about putting this, I think I cut it too short because I'm just laying on it to see where it's gonna hit. And FYI, ooh, this is way too big, which is okay. I can take that in. I can take this in. So I ain't really tripping about that. Now the sleeves, I ain't so much tripping about that either because I had these sleeves right here, but I think I'm gonna have to go and add some more to this. So I'm trying to see exactly how much I want to. So I have these sleeves from another jacket. I have this bottom and I have this top, but I'm thinking about putting together to make a top. So I'm just gonna set this to the side because I think I may end up cut that too short, and I think I'm gonna end up using this right here, like what I can do is go in, let me make sure, because I want to make sure it's even. I'm gonna go and cut these off. I'm gonna go and cut these pieces off so I can use this if I end up adding this to the sleeve, and then I can use that to kind of bring that color back into this piece. So we're gonna cut this right off right here because I want much of this as possible. There we go. I don't really worry about this type of, I don't really worry about the little stuff that's left over at the edge, because for me, that stuff can be, it's gonna be taken away once we get to sewing machine. Now let's move to the first piece. First piece, this is what I'm thinking. Taking this, I want to make sure that these little things right here are completely over how they're supposed to be. And this is way bigger than what this is, so that's why I was like, ugh. That's okay, because what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this in. I'm just gonna have to go, because I can't, I don't want, it stretches. I may just stretch it out to fit. I may. Yeah. Okay, so with this part right here, honestly, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to cut this out. And normally what you just do is just kind of take the zipper here, you snip it on this side, snip it on that side. You want to pull it up like this. Excuse me if my hand's ashy. And chop that off. And so now you're going to be left with an open, like you're going to be left with a open like this. But that's only so you can sew. Now this part, I'm just going to tack that by hand, because once again, I did not sew this up. But the one thing I'm going to love is that I kept the pockets here. I'm keeping the pockets and I'm keeping the zip. Now, so yeah. That's the one thing I love about upcycling pieces, because it takes no time to do them, and it makes it fun. It makes it so fun, because a lot of this stuff, you buy this stuff and then, like, especially if you buy sales items, you really can't, a lot of times they don't allow you to return sales items. And normally Zara, when Zara kind of have like their annual big sale, is normally, honestly guys, is when I really shop with Zara. I don't really shop at Zara when they honestly, I don't really shop with them until they have their annual sale. So yeah, I just know how much all this stuff costs, like wholesale, to get done. So for me, it just be like, oh bro, I can't pay full price for that, because I know exactly how much you pay for that to get that made. That's just my mindset with that. That's why it just be so hard for me. So now I'm just trying to stretch it out, because by me stretching it out to like this way, it's gonna help me understand my medium. So I can kind of, I say my medium, my middle, so I can be able to like properly pin this. So when I'm sewing it, because you can sew it and it cannot meet up once you sew it, but I found that sometimes if you can stretch it out, it'll help it work. But then also, it just helps you find out too. Okay, that is right there. Okay, gotcha. So I'm gonna do, and as you guys can see, what I was saying with that, it's like how it kind of leaving that little extra. Wait, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit so y'all can see how it's leaving that little extra right there. That's only because that's the part I'm gonna have to go and tack by hand, but that's not an issue. Yeah, that ain't gonna bother me that much. So I'm gonna start right here at this point, and then I'm just gonna go all the way around and meet back over here at this point. All right, so I got all the things sewn around. As you guys see, It was a little tricky sewing it that way, but it kind of made it gather around, which I'm not really like, that's not gonna stress me out, only because is that once I think I need to bring it up a little bit more. Yeah. Alright, so I done added this part on. I even pressed it out, which is here. It lined up very well. Now I've already serged it and everything on the inside. I pressed it out and serged everything on the inside. I cannot with unfinished seams. So now, oh, I love it. So it's like now it's just not so plain. It has like a little detail. So now I'm just gonna add. Now I love it more because it has a lot more detail. So when I did try this on, I saw that I didn't like the sleeves. The sleeves were still too long. And I still may just cut it too much, but it's okay. So what I'm about to do, now I'm finna go add these sleeves to here. And I'm still thinking about right here. Oh, I don't know. I may go in and take this up too, because I don't like this little extra, like how that sticks out like that. I don't like that, and I can go fix that just with a seam right here. Just kind of taking this in just a little bit within there, lining that up just a little bit more, because I'm not liking how that extra stick out, but it doesn't look bad when it's open. That's the thing. Oh, I love how I lined those seams up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but those size things are lined up. All right, so I think I am gonna do that because I feel like that's gonna get on my nerves. So now I want this part to be showing right here that I kind of cut off like this. So that's why I was like, I want to kind of be like this so it can like add a little bit more of the detail out there, and I can do this if I want to from the outside, and I feel like it'll make it really cool, even though this is the inside of the jacket. I feel like I should have made this a little bit shorter, like I think here. No. I just saw it and I was like, it's just gonna be like another it's just gonna end up being another pullover that I've had, and I have a bunch of them, and I don't feel like I need any more. So I'm gonna line this back seam up with this, and then that's gonna let me know exactly. Oh, look, it fits perfect. It fits perfect. I don't have to stretch. I just want to make sure when they come down, that's the back. Okay. So even two, just so I can make sure I'm lined up, I still put it on both sleeves. And you see I'm like matching it with this so I can know exactly how it's gonna fall here. I'm matching with this so I can know exactly where it's gonna fall there. So only thing I would do is take this, fold this inside. Even though I could have did like the other one, but it just really be my luck that I sew these things on the wrong way, and then I'm gonna be over it. So I've learned through sewing to take my time, because a lot of times when I first started sewing, I used to rush. It used to still come out right, but I used to mess it up though, and I used to have to end up redoing it because it came out right, but the professor used to be like, you still didn't do it the right way. You messed up here. And I used to be like, ugh. But it taught me how to be a perfectionist when it came down to sewing. It really did. Oh, especially not my first internship I ever did was with Nadine Ralliford. and it was with actually her label, and I actually did that while I was still in school. She gave me the opportunity to intern with her because she had this big intern opportunity that came around, and a lot of people signed up for it, but only like 4 of us made it, and I was one of the people that the professor chose. And she really grilled us on scenes. So I'm ready to go sew this up, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I got the sleeves on. I may second just hit the thing, so if it's moving, sorry. I have the sleeves on, but see, now this is it. Finished. Now I have a longer pullover that I can wear with a lot of my biker boots. I can kind of throw on some tennis shoes with it. I'm really excited. All right, so that's the piece done. I really think about, I may add like a zipper here, but I may just leave it like this. I don't know, I just may. But this one is done. Right. Oh, I feel like I cut, this is so cropped. This is extremely cropped. It ain't gonna be bad. It's gonna actually sit on me the perfect way. But I feel like this is just gonna be extremely cropped. The only thing about this bottom now is how this, I'm trying to see exactly how much would I have to take in. Because that could really, and then even stretching it out, it can make it look really weird. And, well, not really. Okay, let's go for it. Hey, what we got to lose? This was a $9 piece. This was a $19 thing. So a $19 little sweat dress. FYI, that was a sweater dress that I just cut up. Sorry, I didn't tell you guys that was women's wear. So this is men's wear and that's women's wear. So I'm adding them together. Sorry about that. Because I normally like to tell you guys what the fabric is or what I'm using or what the piece is if it's women's or men's wear, so you can know. But this is kind of like what I do to my men's and women's wear. Like if I feel like my men's wear is boring, I find a way to excite it. This wasn't boring, I just didn't like the all over design. I felt like it needed a little bit more personality to it. It needed something to like bring it to life, and I felt like, you know, I don't know. I just didn't like it the way it was. I don't know why. That's crazy. All right, this is the front. So I guess I'm gonna start like this. Just gonna bring this through here. Let me line these sides up, because I was like, it actually may work. Because it's just gonna be a pullover. So I'm like, it really may just work and come out really nice. So let's go for it. 2 tops. Well, I would say 2 better looking tops. Now with this, remember I'm gonna have to do the same thing that I did with that one, but I'm gonna cut this one just a slight bit different. I'm gonna cut it with you guys. We're gonna lift up, pull these down out the way, cut that piece off. And there you go. Let me find my middle. Because as long as I can find the middle, I will be okay. Let me do it this way, because I'm like, since I be holding this and guiding it, I don't want that needle going through my hand, which that tends to happen a lot to me when I'm sewing. Because I always, especially if I'm moving quickly, it always do that, and I hate that. All right, let me go put this up. Okay, so I went, serged everything on the inside is serged, finished. I'm going to leave this short sleeve. I tried it on and I really like this short sleeve. And I feel like now I have a long sleeve top that I made and a short sleeve top that I made, and at least with this one, I can still wear this one in the summertime. And this one will allow me to get more seasons out of leaving it short than making it long. I cannot wait to go over and style it so you guys can see how it actually came out. But I absolutely love this piece. I love it. Like, it came out so perfect, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. Like, it came out perfect. Like, look at that. It got the little pocket there. It still has the hood. I kept all the details on the back so it can add that little, so it can add like more of a detail in the back. But I love it. It's short sleeve. I left the leather on, like it. I love it. Oh, I love it. I cannot wait. Love it.